Hey guys, how's it going? Jeepopolis here. We're gonna have a pretty easy day today. I'm gonna be winterizing the door hinges on my Jeep so they don't seize up in the summertime when I'm gonna take them off again. And I'm also gonna be fixing one of the main gripes I have with the Jeep JL. All in all, I love this Jeep. It's awesome. I love it a lot more than my JK, but I do have a few small little gripes, and this is definitely going to fix it. So before I get into what you're gonna need, I'm going to take the doors off, and all you need to take the doors off is a little toolkit that came with your Jeep. So, really simple day, guys. Accomplish this task is I have some Mopar touch-up paint that's in an aerosol form that's going to make it a lot easier and it's going to look a lot better, quite frankly. I also have some clear coat to also match the paint, and to clean it up after I wipe it down with some Windex or any glass cleaner. Really, it's a small part of the paint, so I don't need to go crazy with it. I'm going to use some gun lube and hopefully just a toothbrush to clean the rust off. Hopefully it's not too bad. If it's any worse than needing a toothbrush, what I'm going to do is use a small wire brush to clean the rust off with the gun lube, and then I'll clean it up again and then paint. To mask off the area, I bought some blue painter's tape. You shouldn't need anything more than that. Just make sure you don't get any paint in the hole where the bolt goes, because then you're gonna run into some issues down the line when it comes to threading. It just could be rough. Once all the painting is done and everything's dried off and everything, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the clear car bra from 3M, and I'm actually going to put it on the door hinge itself, and I'm also going to put it on the body of the Jeep to prevent this from happening again, guys. And then once all that is done, I'm actually going to throw some anti-seize on the door hinges themselves. That way, when springtime comes around, I'm going to have an easy time taking the doors off, because I do live in Massachusetts and things get rusty and seize up often. So it's just a little bit of preventative maintenance on the Jeep to extend the life a little bit. Okay, so if you own a JL Wrangler and you've taken your doors off, you know that it has these door detents that hold the door in. Well, they also have this very bad feature of sliding around and actually scratching the paint when you go to take your doors off. So what I'm going to be doing today is busting the rust around this, if there is any, cleaning it up, and then I'm going to be touching it up with some touch-up paint, and that's step one. Alright guys, so for the lube, what we're actually going to do is we're going to put the lube on the toothbrush head itself. That way we don't use too much. Alright, so once you cleaned it up, you got all the rust off that you could find, what you're going to do is you're going to mask off the area so you don't get paint where you don't want to get paint. Pretty simple process, guys. It's as simple as that. Just mask off what you got to. I'm going to try and mask off as much as possible, and yeah, I'll touch base with you when I can. Mask off as much as you can, as I said before, and you want to make sure you're not getting any overspray anywhere you don't want it. So now that it's masked off, I'm gonna go grab my touch-up paint and I'm gonna spray it over. You see, I overlapped a little bit to make sure I get all of the area I need to get. So I'm gonna throw the touch-up paint on, do 2 coats, maybe 3, and then I'll throw the clear coat on. And once the clear coat's done, I'll take all this tape off and then I'll go do the other doors. Alright guys, so as you can tell, it's really hard to differentiate the spots that were taped and weren't taped, which is good. That's what we want. We don't want to be able to see the divots that was left by the scratches, so we're in good shape. So now our next step is to add a clear coat. So I might do 1 or 2 coats, but I don't really need to go more than that because this isn't a spot that's going to be waxed or anything. It's not going to get buffed out, so I don't have to go too thick on the clear coat. So 1 or 2 coats is going to be fine. Just give us the shine that'll match the stock paint. Alright guys, all the painting done and it's semi-cured. What I'm going to do is go ahead and remove all the masking, and then we're going to see how the painting came out at least before we go on to the next step. So here's the finished product on probably the worst one. It doesn't look all that good, but the big thing is it's not going to rust. This isn't a part of the Jeep that gets seen often, so I don't care how it looks. Otherwise, I'd sand it down, I'd wax it, and I'd make it look nice. But this, I don't particularly care too much about. So next step is going to be to throw the film on it. All right, now because this is vinyl, the assistance of a heat gun is going to make life a whole lot easier when you're going to put this on, but you don't need it. Just put the film over where it needs to go and stretch it to no bubbles. I made mine a little large, you don't have to. The big thing is get the part that's going to be making the contact of what was metal to metal. It doesn't have to be perfect, but whatever you prefer, because it's your vehicle at the end of the day, not mine. And you can always take this off and redo it if you prefer. Alright, so then we just want to make sure she threads through fine, which she does. And then repeat these steps to the other side. And if you don't like the air bubbles, guys, you can massage it out with a heat gun. You can do a lot of things. It's vinyl, it's pretty malleable. I just don't care that much in this location. Alright guys, as for the doors, as you can see, you have a little bit of surface rust on some of these. So all we're going to do is clean it up a little bit with the lube and the toothbrush. And then we're going to throw some anti-seize on these guys. It's going to be a nice, easy day. Can tell or not, but that looks a lot better already. So I'll hit it a couple more times and then we'll go into the anti-seize. Alright, so now I'm just going to take some anti-seize and coat the bolts a little bit. Don't have to be bashful with this stuff. It's not going to hurt it. If we get any on the paint, not a big deal, just wipe it off. And we're gonna do this to all of the hinges. Guys, as you can see, there might be a little bit of rust in the inside the hinges as well, so just like the other ones, I'm going to take the toothbrush and some gun lube, and we're just gonna clean it out real good before we put the doors back on. Simple day. Alright guys, so our next step is gonna be to cut some of this 3M protective plastic film that's clear, and it's going to be going on our door stops here. Alright, we don't have to be too careful with this one because no one's honestly gonna see it, guys. So just get her on there and then cut around for size, and then obviously cut the hole out for the bolt, and then you're good to go. Alright, and once that's done, just go ahead and repeat that step for the other 4 doors. And just for good measure, you might as well coat these bolts with anti-seize too. I don't see these ones getting as exposed to the elements as the hinge bolts, but it never hurts, guys. Some good old lube never hurts. Alright guys, with everything lubed up and all the vinyl put on, we can now put the doors back on the Jeep. That was easy. Alright guys, thanks for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. This is just a couple of quick tips that I thought of along the way to help prepare your Jeep for winter. Dealing here in Massachusetts, we get a lot of salt, so trying to keep rust off of vehicles, it's a full-time job. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the subscribe button, like the video, I really appreciate it, and leave some comments. You know, maybe you thought of something that I didn't that I can take a good hint from. I appreciate it, guys. Have a good day.